Let me ask you something. What do you actually want? Not what looks cool, not what gets likes, not what your friends are doing. What do you want? Deep down when nobody's watching. We spend so much time trying to fit in, chasing validation, following trends, but we forget to check in with ourselves. This episode isn't about being perfect, and it's not about having it all figured out. It's about getting real, being you, and remembering it's not that serious, so why not just do it? Yo, what's good with it, podcast? If you here, you real. If you're not here, you're not real. I don't know what else to say, bro. I've been trying to get y'all, man. This is the function. What if I the function? That's my favorite song, fam. I'm sorry. That's my favorite song on the album. But no, for real. Today, let's just get straight into it. And I'm going to ask y'all a question right off the rip. What do you actually want? What do you actually want? And this isn't about trends, and it's not about what looks good. It's about most people never ask themselves this question. Most people see something that they've seen over and over again, or they see some famous person has, and they want it. But let me ask you, what do you actually want? You know, we see right now the trends is dreads, white tee with the gold chains, black tee with the gold chains, grills, nice cars, big houses. Well, I guess that's the end goal, but it's like, is that what you actually want? Or do you just want that because you see everybody else with it? And let's say we give you all these things that you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, want. Once you strip them away, what's left? Once you strip away the noise, the influence, the cloud, whatever it may be that comes with it, what is it that you actually want? What would you do if nobody had an opinion about it? Like, if nobody could judge you and if nobody could even see it? Life can be hard. Like, this is just real and raw. Life is hard. Life is crazy. Life is unexpected. You never know what's going to happen. But the core of life isn't meant to be that deep 24/7. You only get one shot and it's yours. So why are we spending it walking on eggshells? And I ask this question because I walk around a lot of the times now, and one of my biggest fears is living life with any type of regret at all. And I know that's kind of a risky statement. Like, you can have regret for almost anything. You can do something that you wanted to do and still have regret for it. But I think for me, I'd rather have the regret of doing something and it not working out than have the regret of never trying something and not knowing if it would have worked or not. Half the stuff that we stress about, people usually forget about within 48 hours. Nobody's thinking about it that hard except for you. So why not just go and do that thing? I think the way that the human body works, is just so ironic. Like, we can have the deepest desire for something and not do it simply because of the simple fact that we are scared. Our fear can mask whatever desire it may be, but that's only if you let it. And it's kind of crazy because people avoid what they want because they're scared to fail, or they're scared to look dumb, or they're scared of rejection. But that feeling is the one that actually pulls you towards something that's worth listening to. You never know what will come out of something when you try something. And the first thing I could think about was my podcast, bro. This has been one of the scariest but most rewarding experiences in the world. I'm not some crazy, Joe Rogan or damn, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, Theo Vaughn. Low key. I don't be listening. Low key. Imposter. But no, like, I'm not some crazy big podcaster. But what I am is someone who did something that they had a desire to do and was scared to do it. And I still get scared to do it. But it's like, you have to do something even if you're scared, especially in this life. You know what I'm saying? People are always scared to go to college, scared to love someone, but it's like you still want those things. And that was enough reason for you to do them. And I want y'all to think about all the times where you've been scared of something, but you just said, fuck it, we ball. And you just embrace that thing. Like, think about all the times that you've fallen in love with someone, or if you go to college, that's scary. Going to college is scary. Falling in love with somebody is scary. Trying something new is scary. But you know what happened during those moments? You still wanted those things. And that was enough reason for you to do them. And that fear it never left. It just stopped being in charge. I remember when I was first going into middle school, like, I think it was like 2013, 2012ish or something like that, somewhere up in there, all the way up until like, damn, I'm old. Okay, it was like 2014 to like 2016. And I remember during that time, everyone at my school, and I kid you not, or at least, all the cool kids, they came to school with the Jordan 11s, like not the fours, the Breads and the Columbias, the joggers, the Nike Elite socks, the Sperry's, the Odell cut, and all of it felt like this is what people like. So I said, okay, like if this is what's getting y'all the can I say that? I'm referring to myself in middle school here. If I was like, if this is what's getting y'all the huzz, like I want to try this. You know what I'm saying? I want some huzz. I want to see what this life is about. So I remember I came home one day and I begged my mom. I was like, can I please just have some Sperry's? Can I have one pair of Sperry's? Can I have one pair of joggers? Can I just do something? And I remember she took me to the store one day and I got a full neon green Nike Elite Fit, by the way. That's very important. I had a neon green Nike Elite Fit. We got some hair dye and we got some joggers. So I go home that day, cut my hair in the shape of the Odell. I do the mohawk. Go home, dye it. It comes out orange. This is the first mistake. This is mistake number one. Number two, I remember one day I wore joggers to class. And on my build, they don't look good. On my build, it looked like I was literally wearing parachutes. Like if I jumped off the Empire State Building, I would have had Feather Falling 4 equipped. Didn't even need the enchantment table. They was just automatically, they already had it attached. You know what I'm saying? It was pre-attached. It was an attachment. It came with the class. You feel me? And I go to school and I'm just like, bro, I don't even feel comfortable here. This does not make me feel like myself. And then the same thing happened again where I wore the Elite Fit. I thought it was hard. You know what I'm saying? I seen other people wearing. I was like, oh yeah, this gonna be that drip. This gonna be that sauce when I put it on. So I put on the green Nike Elite socks, the green Nike Elite shorts, the green Nike shirt, just thinking I was finna be dripped out. And you know what? I was. I looked like I was a booger dripping out of somebody's nose. I looked sick. I looked disgusting and disturbing. And I was so mad at myself at the time because I wanted to fit in so bad that I did those things. And instead of blending in, I felt even more awkward. It was like I stuck out, but not in a good way. I was sticking out like a sore thumb. So eventually I learned to stop that. And once I stopped and I embraced what I was interested in, like anime, my own style, my own rhythm, and everything that made me feel upbeat, everything just started to get better. And I'm saying that like it was a quick progression. It was not a quick progression, bro, because I went through that, and then I went through high school, and then I went through like 2 years of college until I finally got it. Like, you just have to be yourself. That's literally the secret to life, to just be yourself and not taking things too serious. I mean, look at my room. Look at my room. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it blurred or not. I might unblur it for this part specifically, but it's like I have a Rolling Stones poster right there, a Hunter poster, Astro World flag. That's kind of crazy looking at what happened, but let me cook. And then over there, y'all can't see it, but I got a wall full of fucking Insomnia posters. And to some people, that might come off as weird or lame or geek or nerd. And it's like, be that. Be that. Be that geek. Be that lame. Be that weird nerd. Be that person. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and wait to be accepted by a society that doesn't even know what it wants. And what I mean by that is trends are always changing. If you go look at from 2016 to now, how many trend changes you think are going to see? You're thinking, damn, that was not English. My fault. If you go look at from 2016 to now, how many trend changes you think you're going to be or think you're going to see? I'm tripping. A lot. So who are you, or who are we, or who is that person to determine whether or not something's weird? If you would have asked me, what, 10 years ago, would I have a fucking anime poster on the wall? I would have said, hell no, that's weird as hell. Even though at the time I low-key liked anime, but I was just trying to fit in. I was trying to fit in, and I was trying to suppress myself. But what's crazy is when you're trying to be everyone else, you lose the volume of your own voice. You can't hear what you want because you're too busy trying to keep up with what other people have on and what other people are up to instead of figuring out what it is that you really want. And I know what it is. It's that validation. Validation feels good. It feels good to be told that we're good, that we're loved, we're wanted, we're attractive, and we're talented. But the thing is, what I came to realize is that was literally just my inner child feeding off of what he didn't get when he was younger. And initially, like, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with like seeking a little validation here and there. You know what I'm saying? You want to post a selfie, post it up so you can get some hugs. You know what I'm saying? Post a selfie so you can get some hugs. But there's a line, there's a point where you have to realize that validation that you're looking for is just a validation that you are lacking within yourself. And I mean, it took me forever to realize this, and I actually didn't realize it until my friend came along and told me about this. So I'm gonna tell y'all her story. She said I could share this, so thank you very much. I'm not gonna say her name, but I had a friend, and when she turned 18, she went straight to corn. I'm talking literally wasted no time. 12 o'clock on the dot that night, she said she started the OF. I was like, wow, okay, like, hey, do your thug dizzle. And from there, she got a little bit of traction, and she got to work in the industry a little bit. And we stopped talking for about 2 years. So we didn't start picking up again until maybe in my junior year. Oh God, because this was right after me and ex-shorty broke up. But she was talking about that she felt drained, and that the only reason she went into the industry is because she went her whole like high school life been told that she was beautiful, that her body looked good, body, you know what I'm saying, whatever girls be saying now. And that she went into that occupation because she wanted to keep that validation going. And when she finally left that field, and when she finally learned how to give herself that validation, she started to realize that she didn't actually like that career field, and that it was miserable for her, because although she was getting that validation, she wasn't feeding it to herself. She was taking it in from other people. And it led me to ask myself, if I didn't get likes or didn't get compliments, didn't get reposted, would I still do this? Would I still be proud of it? And if that answer is no, then maybe that thing isn't for you. I want to talk about a scene from one of my favorite movies of all time, Happy Feet 2. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge me, but I'm going to insert a clip.
Well, we are krill. We are meant to look the same. Not me, Bill. There's only one of me in all the world. I am one in a trillion. Where are you going? I'm leaving! I want to be free, Bill. There's no such thing as free, Will. Come on, less thinking, more swarming. I'm sick of swarming. We've been swarming all our lives. Sometimes, Will, it's like you've got a mind of your own. Tell me, Bill, what lies beyond the swarm? More swarm. And then, some more swarm. And then, Will, there's nothing but swarm. We are a swarm without end. Everything's got an end. See? I end here. That is not a happy ending. It stands to reason, Bill. If I swim against the swarm, I must eventually reach the end of the world.
I know what y'all are asking. You took this whole 2-hour movie and you took this small segment of the Krills, and you're going to say that's why it's your favorite movie or one of your favorite movies? And yes, it is. What you going to do about it, bro? We finna have a crawfish boil. Everyone, or, every Krill in that swarm was moving in a circle. And to me, what that represents is society, trends, and pressure. And then Will the Krill says, I want to explore. I want something different. Actually, no, even before that, whenever they both get booted out and Bill says, Will, is that you? And Bill's like, yeah, it's me. You couldn't recognize me? It's like, no, we all look the same. He's like, no, I'm different. I know what y'all thinking. Bro, that's so pussy. To me, that shit hit. That shit hits because it's like, that swarm represents society over here. Just, we're all following these trends, doing the same thing, just going day to day. And none of us, or not a lot of us, swim against the grain and do what we want to do. We don't go and adventure what we want to adventure because we're scared. And it's like, we can't be scared. And you know what's crazy? You want to know the craziest part about this? when he leaves the swarm, he quite literally grows legs. I don't know if Krill actually grow legs. Like, I know they got some little legs, a little something like that, but he actually quite literally grew legs. And for me, it kind of symbolized that sometimes you got to swim the opposite way to grow, because growth doesn't happen in a loop. It happens when you leave the loop. And then another thing is that Will genuinely believed that he was unique. And he was. He was. And that's something that I want y'all to realize. You are one in 8 billion people. There are 8 billion people on this earth, and you are one of them. You are uniquely you in every aspect possible, unless you got a twin or a triplet or a quadruplet or a quintuplet or whatever y'all be having. Because I ain't gonna lie, some people be having, some of y'all be having too many kids, and some of y'all just be getting unlucky with triplets. I ain't gonna lie. You know how mad I would be if if I was a woman and I pull up to the nursing department and then like, yeah, we're gonna do your ultrasound today. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out the gender of my supposedly one baby, and she's like, yeah, you're having triplets. Cooked. Your wallet is cooked. Like, your wallet is literally fried. But anyways, like I was saying, you are 1 in 8 billion. Don't let someone call you weird. Everybody is weird. There are 8 billion of, that was not English. There are 8 billion of us, and each one of us are our own person with our own interests, quirks, little kinks we got. You know what I'm saying? For me, there's no such thing as weird. You know what I'm saying? There's weird energy. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me not say that. If you feel like you gotta go, burn down the shelter with a whole bunch of puppies, and then you got other issues that you need to go get psyched out. You're weird. You're very weird. But for me, weird just means different. And everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Everybody's weird. And my thing is, you should never feel like you need to shrink yourself to be loved or to be expected, because the best people are the ones who are themselves, the ones that pull the real you out just by being near them. And if you feel like you can't laugh too loud, dress a certain way, or say what you feel, then that's probably not a safe environment. Like, for me, when I first went to college, my freshman year of college, fam, I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what to expect until, I started meeting people. And for me, I was not me at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was me, but it was a different version of me. It was a version of me that tried to mold myself to fit what I believed people wanted me to be. And that really threw me off at the time, because it's like, you're not being you. That's when people can sense that weirdness, because they know that the version of the person that you're putting on is not who you actually are. And it's important to surround yourself with people who allow you to be who you actually are. I remember when I met my roommate, fam, that nigga weird. That nigga weird as hell. But it helped me to be weird. It helped me to be myself, seeing someone else be themselves in this natural and calm environment, in this world where we see all these social trends and people who just follow trends and don't know how to be themselves. Like I said earlier, dreadlocks, grills. I'm saying dreadlocks. Excuse me if you don't like that word, bro. It's big fuck you. That's what they're called. Dreadlocks, grills, whatever the fuck else is trending right now. Everyone does that because that's what they want. They want to do what everyone else does. But what is it that you actually want? Your light shouldn't make people uncomfortable. And if it does, maybe they were never meant to be with you in the first place. So like I said, what do you want? Not what gets the most likes, not what makes you look successful, not what everyone else is doing, not what you've been told is realistic. Just, what do you want? The most you version of your life is right there, waiting for you to stop putting on this performance for other people, and waiting for you to realize that it's just not that serious. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Be you. Be weird. Be honest. Be passionate. Be peaceful. Be real. Because for me, that's where happiness lives. When I was younger, I was so caught up in trying to be this person for other people that eventually I got filled with this anger. And honestly, I get so upset thinking about it. There was a time, I keep saying there was a time, but this is also my freshman year of college. And it was just a day that I wasn't having a good day. And part of the issue was I had spent months and months building up to that, of trying to be this person who I wasn't, trying to put on this front of what I felt like I needed to be, or what I felt like people wanted me to be. And that day I got so pissed off that I took a chair and I threw that hoe. And I didn't intentionally throw it, but I threw it and it ended up ricocheting off something, and it hit one of my friends, and he left a bruise on her leg about this big. Like, I'm talking about, it was a big ass bruise, and she's a white girl. So you know what I'm saying? That hoe looked like it was tough. It was tough. And I felt so bad that it sent me into like a spiral, because I had to stop and I had to really ask myself, who was it that I actually was, and what is it that I actually want? What is my character? Who am I, and what do I want? I keep trying to fit this image that other people are making of me. But what is it that you actually want? You don't need anyone's permission to be yourself. Not everyone's gonna get you, and that's fine. The people who are meant for you, they'll find you when you're being real. So stop shrinking, stop waiting, and say what you feel. Wear what you want. Start the thing you've been scared to try. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. And that's the only question that really matters, is what do you want? So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope you were able to take something from this episode. That's really all I be wanting from these episodes, is for y'all to take something, you know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, I'm still trying to work out the kinks a little bit. But like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed that. And if you did, give me a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. Let me know what I can do to improve. But y'all have a good one, and peace out.